What if Notre Dame goes 10-2? Are they in?
I really hope that Irish fans don't hold this against me. I don't think it's a lock. In previous years, I would say no doubt, Notre Dame, great schedule, great team, tons of preseason praise. This year, though, I'm just assuming that they are going to give the benefit of the doubt to teams that lose the conference championship game. So if we're measuring Notre Dame, a team that's 10-2, considering every team that we just assessed in this exercise is 10-2, let's say their two toughest games are Florida State at home and on the road at Texas A&M. That means that their best win at that point might be against a top 25 team in Louisville, might be on the road against potentially a top 25 team in SC. Is that enough? Possibly, but I think it's going to depend entirely on how the committee assesses conference championship game runner-ups. Because those teams haven't played extra game against top quality competition. They lose. I still think those teams aren't going to be held accountable the same way they would in previous years. So I think Notre Dame is likely to get in at 10-2, but I do not think at this point it's a 100% bona fide lock.
I just got one scenario I wanted to run by you on that. What if Notre Dame loses at Texas A&M, then runs the table, wins 10 straight, but loses at USC? So they have a great middle of the season and a tough, close loss. Like, does that change things that they beat Florida State at home, or do they have to win at least one of the A&M, Florida State, and USC games to be even considered? Or
I think you have to win. Well, in our scenario, they will win one of those. It just depends on which one's best. It just depends. Is Florida State anywhere near as good as they were last year? If Florida State's a 11-1 football team and their one loss comes to Notre Dame, that's going to prop Notre Dame up big time. If Notre Dame, if Florida State has a tough time filling all those voids on defense, maybe they're not as good. Maybe DJ Uiagalelei struggles a little bit. We fast forward and they're an 8-4 football team. And is that win going to prop up Notre Dame the way it would if they were 11-1 like we just discussed? So I think that's really dependent. I think for Notre Dame, they really need to root for the teams on their schedule. Like I said, them not being in a conference is not ideal for them because they will not have that extra data point, and I think the committee will hold that against them. Either way, they're going to get in. If they're 11-1, they're going to get in if they're 12-0. They won't get a bye, but they'll get in. It's just if they're 10-2 and they just crack the door open for just the tiniest bit of doubt, I could see them rewarding a conference championship loser before they rewarded a team that does not have a massive win on their resume if SC underperforms, if Florida State underperforms, and if A&M underperforms.